What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. It is an increasingly warm day over here at Rhino Ranch. Got Papa Rhino, I don't know if you can see him, poking around in the Mini X, picking up random twigs and stuff that have fallen off trees. Got the homie Bubbles over here. Bubbles, what's up, buddy? I saw you working earlier. Yeah, I saw you working earlier. Peeked out my window earlier, and as you can see behind me, the guys are in the garden over there, getting the garden all cleaned up. It just kind of got away from us, and we didn't really put as much love, I guess you could say, or work into the garden as we should have. So it's time for a fresh start in the garden, but I saw Bubbles in here earlier helping to eat all the overgrown stuff. So I'm not much of a gardener, even though at my old house we did grow some pretty nice chili peppers, but out here, you can see this place is, I don't think I've really ever filmed in here since the day that I kind of bought the place and give you guys like the whole tour, but it's actually a good sized garden. It's got all raised planter beds. Obviously the dirt right here in this center one is just so overgrown with grasses and roots and stuff that we're gonna end up changing all that dirt out to some new topsoil. The other thing is there was never a sprinkler system here other than the hose system to basically like the tripod sprinklers that water everything, not just where you want it. So unfortunately, when you start to do that, you're gonna get weeds growing everywhere because obviously there's water just all throughout this gravel. So we're gonna go more targeted now. We're gonna end up putting a whole sprinkler system out here with like a drip irrigation system into each one of these little planter beds. That way, at least the weeds that we're gonna be fighting are gonna be in the planter beds, not all throughout the gravel and everywhere else. It's a lot to maintain something like this, and I know it's just a small little garden, but it's one of those things that like we kind of forget that we have, and then you end up way too overgrown. You kind of have to give up and start over. But this place was producing well. I mean, this pumpkin grew here, and I'm surprised that thing's still doing good.
Put it in the dumpster? I was thinking put it in the bed of my truck and I'll just roll it off at the warehouse.
So we got a bunch of animal feed in the back of the crew cab truck here. So we're gonna get all of this unloaded. Then we're gonna take that big wire spool over there, or well, fiber optic spool, and get it the heck out of the ranch. It came with the donor truck that Dedic took the Duramax out of, which is still right there in shambles. Dedic was supposed to have got that out of here before he left, but now I get a really awesome piece of lawn art. We'll go say what's up to our baby goats. What's up, girls? You girls are starting to get tall. Show everybody how tall you are. Come on, there you go. Hi. Let's get all this food unloaded. It doesn't take long the second you open the food stall for Willie to hear. Doesn't matter where he is on the property, he will hear this door open and he comes running over. What's up, buddy? You already ate. You already had breakfast. I know, big smile, big smile. All right, girls, come on out. Well, good morning, good to see you. Well, hello, well, hello. So, now we get to get the big old spool here loaded up into the OBS and hopefully not damage the OBS. We should probably be doing it with the single cab. I don't feel like driving the single cab to town. So we're gonna load this up in a way that I can unload it myself. By just rolling it off the back, so I'm kind of nervous about standing it up end on end. Basically, I'm gonna take it to the warehouse. I'm gonna leave it outside, and I guarantee the tweakers are gonna get really excited about all this wire, even though it's only fiber optic and not copper. Now, before everybody says you should have sold this, you could do a million things with it, we tried to sell it. We gave up after trying to sell it. A lot of companies can't use it because it's already cut, it's not certified, whatever. I don't care at this point. Get it off my property. We'll let the tweakers. I want to see by the time this video's over if the tweakers are already be out here stripping this. All right, so we've got the spool dropped off right there. That thing's gonna get picked clean. Now we're gonna head over to our friends over at JC Ornamental. If you guys remember, that's where we were able to find some steel to start building the bed for the mini truck. They actually reached out to me, they saw the video, super cool guys and cool family. And I just so happen to need some more steel today, so we're gonna go over there, say what's up, grab some steel, and continue working on the old mini truck. And we have arrived, we're squeezing the old 7.3 in here. Oh, what's up, brother?
¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
How's your Spanish?
Está bien.
Más o menos.
Hey, do you guys have any 1.5-inch flat bar?
1.5-inch flat bar.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, there you go.
So we got all these flat bars.
That's
1.5
perfect right
would
there.
be this.
That'll work. Yeah, that should be fine. And then what do we got? Was that 1/8 inch?
This is 1/8, 14, and 16.
I feel like an 1/8 is super heavy, but I feel like I need an 1/8 if I do that deck, right?
It's heavy as hell. Huh? Yeah. What I mean.
So we've got our expanded metal here. This is gonna be going on the rack above the cab. I decided to not go with a wood deck. We're gonna go with a sheet metal deck. I just think it's gonna be quicker, simpler. I know it's not really gonna fit, so we're gonna kind of have to figure out how to make this fit. But we also got some more square stock, because you can never have enough square stock. And then we got the flat bar to end up capping all the joints and stuff that we made. Christian, give us a tour, man. You guys know on the channel, I'm a big fan of small businesses. And when we rolled up here the other day with Zach, we're like, is this a house? Like, these guys running out of the house, but then you look at like their steel stock, and I'm pretty sure you guys rival most people in town.
Well, we try to keep up. We're a small business. We started in 2014, and it's picked up. You know, we focus on customer service. We compete with prices. It looks small, but I mean, I got a big variety now. Well,
I keep getting surprised on where you guys are able to like stash stuff. Every time I ask for something, you're like, of course we got it, and it's like hidden somewhere.
There's always a way to make things work.
Definitely.
And, you know,
well, give us a little tour of inside, because even like I said, like I thought this was it when I first walked up, so I went inside to pay, and I'm like, oh, this keeps going.
So anybody's welcome to buy here. You know, I get a lot of contractors, iron workers, and whatnot, but everyone's welcome. You can come in and pick whatever designs you're into. It could be modern design, or go a little more vintage with ornamentals. That's Mama Bear.
Hello.
She works hard here.
Nice, nice. So again, yeah, this is a small family-owned company, and these guys are crushing it. I mean, it's all about making work, or making what you got work, and you guys are definitely, I mean, you guys are packed in here.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. And it's basically a hardware store for iron workers.
There you go.
That's kind of our focus. We got paint, primer, and like I said, anyone's welcome. We'll try to help out as much as possible for whatever projects you guys have.
Well, so far the customer service has been second to none. Like, up until really yesterday, you didn't even know me.
No.
And I like to come into places not being like, oh, I got this YouTube channel, let's do this and let's do that, because there's a chance I might not get the same service everybody else is. So I kind of came in here, like, didn't say anything to anybody. We purchased, and like our experience was great, and that's why we're back.
If you're here in the mornings, we'll have coffee, we'll have cookies, you know, whatever I can do for you guys. My dad's a very experienced iron worker. He'll throw in his experience with whatever you're doing, you know, and that's free of charge. You know, we're here to help, whatever we can do.
Well, I appreciate it. You guys are gonna be you're gonna be seeing us a lot. I got a welder now, so I'm welding everything.
Thank you.
So I noticed we got a Banshee over here, and one thing I learned about Christian is Christian actually restores ATCs and Banshees, right?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. It's more of a hobby, you know.
I've noticed they've been blowing up on Instagram. Everybody's buying Banshees right now.
So this is a project. It's pretty ugly right now, but once I get new plastics, new tires, new wheels, I'm gonna go with Miami Vice style on this one. It's gonna look pretty good. There you go.
So what's your Instagram, so if anybody wants to follow your three-wheeler builds and everything?
Right, it's C Vasquez 1214.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys go give them a follow. Again, they've been super rad with me. I love getting to showcase family-owned businesses. Again, JC Steel and Ornamental Supply, right there. Now the good news is I finally have a lot of shop space to work, and I don't have to work off in the little corner over there on the mini truck. So I'm gonna bring in the sheets of steel. Now we're gonna have to get a little creative, because obviously that metal sheet that we have out there for the bed is 4x8, I think. This bed is just a hair bigger in every direction. Either we don't fully cut out the corrugated that's here already, and we just kind of cut it up to about where the rust is, and that leaves us a couple inches on each side, and we can weld to the top here. Haven't really figured that part out yet. We'll get there when we get there. I also forgot I needed some steel for the front of the bed right here. That's Sergio playing with some sirens over there. Didn't really remember that. So we might be tapping into, I don't know, this stuff's really heavy. I'm trying to avoid going super heavy. I also really haven't planned how we're moving this stuff by myself yet. Got an idea. Sergio, ayúdame por favor. Emergency.
Emergency, what's up?
Oh, hey man, can you help me move some steel?
Steel.
Actually, what do you got? You actually might have what I need.
Yeah, I have.
That's aluminum. We don't need aluminum. Ooh, that might be perfect, Sergio. Now, we need to start by getting the mini truck away from the wall here. So we're gonna jack the back end up there, swing her over, then we'll be able to do the old shuffle here and get her in the middle. Dang man, inspector shows up, we ain't even started working yet? Do an OSHA inspection first before we start working.
Yep.
All right, does everything look safe in here? Work boots? Yeah, we're good. Work dudes.
Work dudes.
Work dudes. Now, here's something I knew in the back of my head was gonna be an issue. I just kind of decided to forget about it. This bed, as we talked about in the first video, is not 4x8.
which would kind of make sense for a truck this size. They went like 4'10" by 8'4". So obviously most sheet goods come in a 4x8. You know, I mean, you could probably order 5x10 steel if you wanted, but off the shelf, you're gonna get a 4x8 sheet. We're gonna have to do some stuff here. I might end up cutting a piece sideways, and then we're gonna go, you know, our 4'10" this way, and then we'll run another 4'10" this way, and then maybe a little sliver at the end, which obviously means we're gonna need to get some more sheet metal here. Now, I'm hoping the 14 gauge that we got is gonna be thick enough. I didn't want to go 1/8 inch because I don't want this bed to be too heavy. We are relying a lot on that hydraulic ram right there to not only be able to lift the bed, but we actually wanted to lift when there's stuff in the bed.
Again, I completely forgot a piece for that, so we got some stuff from Sergio over there that we're gonna have to splice together to make that piece.
I'm not too worried about this thing being like super pimped out and looking like perfect, because this thing's already been,
You know, it's had a rough life and has been pretty beat up.
this thing is gonna be a functioning ranch work mini truck. So we're only going for like that level of perfection. Now, obviously we're talking about cutting this bed out, but what I think I'm gonna do,
Just to avoid dealing with any of these hinges or anything, is I'm gonna cut just past this rib. So we'll use this rib to attach to. This one's like the most solid rib here that hasn't like been completely eaten away by the rust. So we'll probably trim this whole thing all the way down. And then same on this side, we'll save that rib, because this entire corrugated sheet is all spot welded underneath this thing.
which was gonna make it an absolute nightmare already to cut out, but we might just have to get up underneath here and just cut along these bed supports that go across, and hopefully there's enough for this to be strong enough and that 14 gauge to not flex too much, and if not, we got some more square stock, we can add some extra strength to her.
Well, that didn't take long. Looks like the spool has been claimed.
See y'all, we'll just give it back to the community.
We're gonna lower her back down.
And I think we're just gonna go for it. Let's cut this bed out. So when they built this thing, they went a little crazy with the spot welds or something
For all this corrugated. I mean, I clearly cut all the way through right here, but it's still like so solidly attached to that support and to that support.
I don't know if I should keep cutting this stuff out or if I'm gonna be
Chasing it along every single support, both sides, and you're gonna end up with like little corrugated pieces stuck in the middle.
and I know this is not my style. Do we just go over top of it?
You say cut it out?
The whole thing.
Cut the whole thing out?
Rebuild it.
All right, grinder and the sawzall's right there.
I got
Oh,
I got a boo-boo.
you got boo-boo?
Yeah.
Oh. Does this make your boo-boo feel better, get you to work?
A $5?
A whole $5, dog?
So here's my thought process before everybody tears me apart in the comment section for doing this way, but everything, again, I think is like spot welded somewhere. I don't know how, I don't see any of it, but it's also been painted and rusted over 100 times. But even if I come in and cut each one of these pieces of corrugated out around each little bed frame, bed support, whatever, I'm still gonna be left with ridges on top of this. And unless I wanna get down there with a chisel and like beat the crap out of it to get the corrugated off, now I'm gonna have high and low corrugated spots. Or if I just go over top of what's there,
It's all pretty consistent here to where the high spots will support the steel. That way there's not too much
ribbing going on, and I'll be pretty much ensured that the 14 gauge that I got here is not too thin, because now we're essentially doubling it up on top of this corrugated here. Obviously, I'll like cut out holes and probably spot weld it from the top, as well as figure out ways to weld it from the bottom.
Going down, Chris.
We're gonna add more weight.
We are gonna add more.
More weight. I don't know what else to do other than we're adding more weight. We already need to rebuild the hydraulic cylinder on here, but
Let's put it on top.
all right, we'll do a test. Bro, like a charm. Jump on. Oh yeah.
A pile of dirt.
Oh, you're a pile of dirt. Okay. You're a heavy pile of dirt. Be like a do know that we need to rebuild the whole hydraulic cylinder setup on this thing. Even with putting Zach on it, it was too much when we first got it.
So this is an option, the way Chris is doing it right now, and then we just cut a little sliver to go down this side, or we flip it and we cut our pieces out this way, and there'll be the seam down the center, instead of trying to weld this whole super long seam.
Now, is it gonna get hot doing a metal deck in here? Absolutely, but it's gonna be like the old school days. Chris, remember the old school slides at the playgrounds before everybody was like too sensitive to get hurt?
Yeah, they were hot.
They were hot.
And they were like staticky as crap. All the old school metal slides at playgrounds. On today's episode of very unconventional ways to do things, I wish I had one of the metal circ saws right now.
We do have the plasma right there, but
I've never like freehand cut anything with a plasma. Figure by the time I sat there and dialed in the settings, figured out what the heck I was doing, this will probably be quicker. I'm gonna go grab my new toy so we can clean this edge up.
I had to pick myself one up.
This thing's perfect for cleaning up after you cut pieces of steel before we weld them.
Grab a battery here.
Have no clue if the green pad there is the right one, but we're gonna try.
All right, so what I think I want to do is I want to raise this up. I want to drill a couple holes in all the supports, and then basically do spot welds from underneath, as well as we're going to weld this edge. But again, we're only grabbing the corrugated at that point, but I think if we do spot welds from underneath, it'll weld it to the cross members.
At least that's how like making it up in my head as I go seems to make sense.
We'll weld this edge, and I'm gonna pop some holes in each support, and I'm gonna just tack weld it from the back, like spot weld it.
Tool for that.
You got
to make your job a lot easier.
You got a tool for that?
Zach, you just go ahead and make me one of them keys to that snap-on toolbox right there.
Just drill little holes wherever you want them, and then you come in with the roto broach.
What'd you call it? A roto broach?
Annular cutter.
An annular cutter. Ooh.
It's a spot weld cutter. No, it's not. So it's got the big one in it.
Oh yeah, I use this when I use a mag drill.
You need like probably that one. No, that's
too big. Yeah,
maybe
man.
This one. Zach, you shower, man?
That's a nice shirt too.
That's a nice shirt. Where'd you get that shirt?
I know a guy.
Guy with a website at workforapparel.com.
www.
What do you need, Chris? What do you need? You know where we can find any type of pliers?
Zach,
What's the weirdest type of pliers you have here?
You got your hose pliers, which are cool.
Alright.
You guys do a lot of radiator stuff. Invest because you can grab it and you can wiggle and push them off without eating the hose. These are the kind of the same thing, but you know, hose side, pipe side. You stick it on there, and it pushes the hose off. Now these are for band clamps for like on CV boots, so you can actually stick a screwdriver in there and open the boot or the clamp up, like say you're replacing the boot,
Right.
and it doesn't come with a new one. You can open it up or slide it back if you need to, and then you can put it back in. You crimp it.
Nice.
You can do the same thing with a set of dikes.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's what they're called.
no.
Side cutters.
People who have chosen
Side cutters.
to wear
You can do the same thing with
pants
these, but sometimes
with a wallet chain.
Sometimes you cut them.
All right, so we use the annular cutter.
We got some holes popped in here, and this is what we're gonna be welding through from the backside. I should have done it on the high side here, but looking from the backside where I was drilling, I saw like this is the part that was welded to the frame on the backside.
Didn't really think about on the other side, you're like the opposite part of the corrugatedness, but either way, if I did them on the high side of the corrugated, that's actually gonna be touching the steel, there'd be a gap between this and the frame. So there's gonna be a gap somewhere.
Meanwhile, Zach's over here doing some fitting. We're trying to figure out what size lug pattern that is, because it's kind of like a little bit off from golf cart, not quite golf cart.
Chinese.
So we're Chinese golf cart? So Zach wants to try and see if it's a Saturn. Not Saturn, okay.
So, yeah, it's 4.5.
So golf cart or not golf cart?
4 on 4.5.
Well guys, we had a minor casualty there. We totally forgot this piece was unsupported. My camera was on it, my Sprite was on it, some snacks were on it, and my camera fell, and the Sprite fell on top of my camera.
Hopefully everything's working right now and the audio's good and whatever. We don't really know, but let's get this stupid piece put in place.
Let's get the welder turned on. Ooh.
All right, y'all, well, today I learned spot welding from the backside when there's a gap is not that fun. I didn't really grasp the concept at first to build up the metal slowly, go to the next one, build up a little bit of metal. So I ended up getting a little hot in a couple of spots, but we got fully penetrated there, and I think, let's see, we hot? We're not hot. You can hear there's like no rattling to it. And honestly, like rattling is the only issue. I'm actually spot welding in the centers. Otherwise, like a couple of welds on the edges right here, which sucks. Don't look at that one. That one got away from me a little bit. It's plenty to hold what we're gonna do with this, but I think we're good. I don't think I want to weld the whole sides. I don't think there's any point in wasting that much wire to weld both sides all the way up. I'll probably end up welding this whole seam all the way together once I get another sheet. Now the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and do this back piece of the bed right here. Obviously everything being bigger than 4 foot really puts a hinder on our plan here, unless I want to buy another full sheet to do that back panel, which I don't. I'm gonna use this 16 gauge that we got over at Sergio's, and then we're just gonna have to scab a little piece in on the side right there. Is what it is. Probably wouldn't be the worst day to say, screw it, I'm gonna learn to use the plasma. We're going the hard way for everything today. Let's throw this one in. Like I said, we're gonna have to splice some stuff together. Not my favorite method, but we'll survive, guys, we'll survive.
Beautiful, beautiful. Just like that.
For now, we're gonna weld the face, and then I'll just do a couple little welds on the back to keep everything from rattling. Days where there's like something you know you can do and it's just not cooperating. Apparently that's my welding today, so
it got a little weird and crazy there, and then all of a sudden like, oh wait, I do know how to do this, and it kind of comes back.
Not proud of those welds at all. We might be like bedlining this whole thing at some point, I'm not sure. Now instead of using flat bar, I opted to just weld in another piece of square tubing there to give backing for that seam. You guys ever get to that point in your day where like everything starts going wrong and you should have quit hours ago? It's currently what's going on.
Welding up the thin sheet metal to the thin sheet metal, it just started fighting me like crazy over there. I started blowing holes in it.
Then all of a sudden things would kind of start working again, and I'd like get back in the groove enough, but there's just some boogery welds on there. Like that doesn't look good at all, and I think that has solidified my decision to bedline this thing, because we can't live with, I don't know what happened on this side here. But I think I'm gonna take that as a cue, and we're gonna have to put this on hold until tomorrow. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, hi. Oh, geez, oh, you do want to say hi. Oh, hi. Well, hello, hello.
All right, y'all, so we're kind of taking a little bit of a break here from the mini truck project, because you can see we've got all the trucks here in the shop right now. We've got our friends from Custom Offsets that should be showing up any minute now. So we brought all the trucks out. We're gonna do some filming, I think. I'm not really sure exactly what's gonna go on, but we've got the mini truck kind of paused here. Zach came in the other day or night and finished welding the entire edge of the sheet metal here. I think I realized I need a little more practice on the sheet metal welding. Really enjoy the bigger stuff, don't enjoy really skinny stuff. So we'll get that figured out once I work on some stuff. Zach ended up picking the Harbor Freight cart up here for the welder, just that way we have one now. It's not the exact one I was looking for. There's a company out there, I think JT Fab, don't quote me on that, that makes one specifically for this Miller 220 that also has dual bottle holders in the back, because obviously you can run both bottles at once of argon and your mix for your MIG. Eventually we will end up with one of those, but for right now this works perfectly, especially because I'm really starting to enjoy using a MIG welder. So I just finished washing the gray truck, which hasn't been washed in a minute, so that thing definitely needed it. The old Denali here got washed yesterday. Oh, hold on. All right. And she's been on the battery tender. Then the old LLY, which is one of my personal favorites here, she also got a bath. Again, a huge thank you to Genesis Detailing for getting these things dialed in for today's photo/video shoot. Now, these will probably be sold by the time this video goes live, or sold out, I should say, but check these boogers out right here. We've got the new, Workforce straw hats. These things are so dope. Look at the pattern up underneath. Ooh. I hope these aren't sold out by the time this video goes live, but we've already sold a ton of them. But once you're done watching this video, go to workforapparel.com. There's always a link down in the description, and check those bad boys out. And you guys saw Dixie a second ago. Obviously, SoCal Greg running Archons on his truck. And the Archon shirt,
Yeah, that was not planned, by the way. That was the only clean shirt.
All right, y'all, we've gotten all the trucks pulled out, displayed. Any minute now, the guys from Custom Offset should be showing up. We've got Sergio over here. He's gonna put his car on display here. We got the Impala. Sergio, when we throwing this thing on a lift kit, bro?
Yeah, sure, man.
Line it up, what's up, boys?
Fiesta, bro.
What's, dude, this thing is, are those stocks?
Those are stock AF.
Bro.
In its fantastic.
I'm about to just leak this right now. Custom Offsets rolling around.
This is our
stock
brand
Ford
new
wheels.
whip, dog.
Damn, SEMA 2021?
Yes.
What's up, buddy?
What is going on, my
Look
dude?
at this, look at this. This is like, you didn't get the memo. It's hot out here in California, huh?
This is normal for me, bro. It's actually, it's cooler here today than it is back home for us. I'm excited to be here.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, welcome. I mean, we brought a couple of trucks out here. We got some Archons going on. Well, we should probably introduce you. I mean, everybody probably knows you. I think at this point, your guys' channel's grown pretty big, right?
Yeah, we just crested 500,000 subscribers.
Congratulations.
Actually, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it was super cool to experience that.
So everybody, Dustin, Custom Offsets. He's probably like, you're the face of most videos now, right?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 a week. We
you
upload
go.
7 times a week, once every day.
I remember that schedule. I have scaled down a lot. I remember that schedule.
It's intense, man. It
Nice.
gets to be a lot. So.
Introduce us to the man behind the
And
camera.
this is Ryan.
Ryan, that's going to be
Ryan, meet
easy to
Ryan.
remember. Nice to meet you. Oh, hold on. We got a little Sony love on Sony love. Yeah. Yours costs a lot more, but that's all right. Leak this. We won't leak this.
You can if you, well, depending on when you're going to upload that. This Sunday, the video drops.
All right.
So
obviously, Dustin, big Cat Eye fan, been building his own here.
yeah, we just, like I said, we just got done.
Ooh.
See, that's clean.
I mean, I think that's the right way to do a cat eye, is to keep it clean.
Yeah. So it's a 4.5-inch BDS and 2214 Fittipaldis.
Nice.
So it's a little bigger than this one, but and really wide. And so I feel you on the whole. It's fun to turn. We NorCal'd like 2.5 inches off the front. Just cut it. Yeah, walk us around this one, man. This thing, listen, I'm just gonna say this. Cat eyes have my heart. They always will. This thing slaps.
A little different in person again, right? I mean,
fantastic.
I feel like every one of my trucks, it's hard for pictures and videos. I mean, you guys deal with it all the time, even on a professional level.
Yeah.
It's not easy to convey colors, size, whatever it may be. I mean, that's kind of why I like going to shows.
This is a great reference right here. Look at this.
There you go.
I'm 5'7", and I think I'm pretty well level with the top of the truck. So you ready? We're ready to go.
hop on.
All right.
I like how I bring you to a shop with all my cool trucks, and I'm like, bro, you gotta drive the floor scrub.
my floor sweeper, bro.
Absolutely.
All right, key on.
So it's forward and reverse is that same pedal right there.
Okay, so it just rocks like a like a Kubota tractor. Where am I supposed to take this thing?
Bro, you just cruise.
wherever?
Just absolutely cruise this thing. You're going to enjoy.
Fantastic.
Right?
All right, so on that note, this is where we wrap the episode up. I'm headed back to Wisconsin. You guys have a good day. Good luck with the other videographer. I mean, Ryan and Ryan, you guys will do fine. Goodbye.
That's perfect.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't set this in the lineup. I think this is like the coolest thing here.
Figure if you come all this way, I got to put you to work.
Yeah, I'll scrub your floor.
All right.
See, Custom Offsets thought they were coming out here to do some advertising, some video shoots, but we're getting our floors cleaned.
What do you think, Zach? Can we keep him around?
Good thing we charge that thing.
The man's not quitting. The man's finishing here.
No, I wasn't going to leave you with a half-clean floor. The more I look around, the more I find your addiction to random stuff. What is that?
Listen, shout out to the subscriber that gave us a Zuma.
Gave you that?
Yeah,
That's
that.
fantastic.
Yeah, one of our subscribers.
Unshout out to Dedick who tore it apart and left.
Oh, Daddy.
Are you a drift track guy?
That I wouldn't say no to.
So no bikes, but 3 wheels. We're on board.
We're good for that.
All right, let's get you out. All right. Hold on, Sean. What kind of insurance policy you guys got at Custom Offsets?
Alex was over at Donut the other day and almost put one into a wall. So as long as I do better than him, we're doing okay.
I'm not worried about the wall. It's more you. We can fix the wall. You're more expensive to fix.
Have you ever been on any side of drift trike?
Never.
Oh, you are in for a treat.
I am excited.
All right, we're gonna start you off in speed 1 because these things get like buck wild.
Wild?
Yeah.
They're pretty rowdy.
You don't need brakes. You just drift.
Wild too.
All right, bump it up to like 3 or 4 now.
Oh my
and
God,
see how
there's 2
reckless it
more?
gets. Oh yeah.
All right, we're going all the way up. 4 it is.
All right. 4's almost too much.
You just touch it and it spins.
Yeah.
You definitely got to feather it way more in 4.
Oh yeah.
Like, no joke, 4 is literally going a straight line.
This is legit. It's like moving your quad out to go ride it. Like, you can literally just like, we'll just push it over here, get it lined up with the garage door. It's a little squeeze, especially with boots.
Yeah, it's a little on the small side, but we'll make her work, you know.
Give her a little gas. She should.
Oh,
one more time. There you go. There you go.
Good to go.
4 speed. You're really about
4 speed.
Speed 2 or 3 are hitting the governor. So
Brakes are a little soft. I've noticed.
the brakes are a lot soft.
They're almost non-existent.
Brakes are overrated.
There is no brakes to this thing at all. Like,
Eventually, you pump them a little bit, you get brakes.
just hit the pedal 3 times.
What's funny is we decided to build a custom headache rack before we ever addressed the brakes on this thing.
This thing is fantastic. I need one.
I'm telling you, like, miniature stuff's where it's at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right. We can't just be vibing. Oh, he's getting in the back, I guess.
All right. You got a brave videographer.
All right. Oh, I was hoping there was like a slide window.
Good thing is the videographer hasn't died yet.
Yep. Ryan is not dead, which is good.
So Dustin over here was talking about he wants to get some horns for his truck.
I do, actually.
And as you guys know with me, I'm a purist. You can't call them train horns unless they're
Real metal horns that came off of a locomotive.
So here's the first little blip. It's gonna go.
I like how he's holding his ears. Okay.
That's just the air in the line, by the way.
That's just shutting the valve, is what.
Yeah. You might want to be outside.
Do I need to? I imagine that's gonna resonate in.
That's nasty. Okay. All right.
Did we get you convinced?
You got me.
All right.
You got me convinced. Oh, baby. Do you know what this is?
Let alone nobody really ever drives me, nor have I ever ridden in the back seat. Ooh, this is gonna get bad.
We put you in the worst position to get out of, too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it'll be fine. I just gotta move your seat because I am significantly shorter than you are. Right now I'm trying to expertly navigate getting this behemoth of a truck out of this spot. And I have 2 video cameras pointed at me right now, which only makes it that much worse.
Just in case Custom Offsets needs to buy me a paint job. We gotta document it double because that footage might disappear.
Yeah.
Ryan's pretty quick over there.
Oops, I didn't hit record.
I don't know what happened. It was the craziest thing. The card corrupted and then like the footage was just gone. It's really not that bad. Like, yes, it's big, don't get me wrong. But it's definitely not, I don't know. It's not that scary.
You get used to it. One of the things I always tell people when you're lifting your truck is if you think like, oh, I'm between 6 and 8 inches, go bigger because you're gonna drive that 6-inch lift or even that 8-inch lift, and in like a month, that's gonna be normal to you.
Well, you can always like, you know, you can always drop a lift back down too. So I had a buddy that was on a 6-inch Pro Comp on his LB7, and then he wanted to go with a smaller tire setup, so he dropped down to a, you know, he just pulled the rear lift block out and dropped the front down, and now he's at a 4.5. This thing drives great for as big as it is.
Oh, you can go 90, allegedly, down the freeway, and you can take your hand off the wheel at 90 and this thing will track perfectly straight. Boys, we got some competition over here. Yep, the rent-a-wheel.
I hate to see it. Rent-a-wheel? What in the world is that?
They're coming for you, bro.
Do you like...
Watch out, Custom Offsets.
Do you actually rent wheels there? Is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure it's like a rent-to-own, like furniture place. Like
gotcha.
You're making pay. That was before A-Firm came out. Was the rent-a-wheel
for the low price of 180% interest and your firstborn child? You too can have a set of knockoff wheels.
So if you guys ever see like trucks on blocks that had nice wheels, they didn't make their rent-a-wheel payment. They came for those things.
Miss the rent-a-wheel.
And I have a feeling those guys don't come quietly either. And my child locks on.
I got you.
It's because I always have Dedic and then back to the kids. All right, so we got the boys outfitted. Let us know some sizes. We'll get the rest of the Custom Offsets crew all outfitted. Obviously, you know, we got our sweet banner, and you guys have sent me like one of my favorite hoodies, by the way. It's a Custom Offsets hoodie.
Love that hoodie.
Yeah. So guys, I know like this video took a turn from working on the mini truck to hanging out with the boys from Custom Offsets, but
other work, you know.
Yeah.
We got her done.
Now I know I always say my life is very sporadic, and so is my planning. When was this trip planned?
We booked the tickets to leave. We flew in yesterday. Yeah, we booked the tickets Wednesday. It was late.
Yeah. So even like the trips for us to collaborate on stuff, it goes like that. But it's cool. Again, appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate the support. You guys have been huge on some of my builds, and like I know it's not that evident in some of the videos because like you get wheels and like that's like wheels.
Wheels, yeah.
Yeah, but there's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes, especially with Dustin. I mean, dealing with like my phone schedule and my text back abilities suck. So I appreciate your patience.
No, it's
on
cool
that.
because I've realized that we can just hit each other up at the random hours of the day, and it usually just comes through. It's like, you know, 10 p.m. by me, 8 p.m. here, good enough. Let's see what he's up to.
And Fern's here.
Fern is there.
No barbecue.
Don't cry, Fern.
I'm not gonna cry.
All right.
I did cry yesterday. I'm gonna tell you stories because it's so when your friends, like when somebody talks about your friends behind, not in front of them and highly of them, it's really nice.
So with that, guys, we're gonna wrap up. Oh, this is a beautiful moment right here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best.
Peace. See you later. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do this to me right now. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do it to me. Don't do. I'm holding a bunch of t-shirts. What do you want from me right now?
Justin says he watches every one of my videos.
I did not say that.
He didn't say that.
I did not say that at all.
How do we end the video? So it's happened on every video.
Charades.
Charades. Oh.
Roll. The.
Outro.
Put it together.
Put it all together.
Here, hold this.
Oh, jeez.
Roll the outro.
Damn. Yeah.